Hello, I'm Joachim Duplessis. Welcome to the HTS Epoll. It's your opportunity to weigh in on the most pressing issues of the day. The sargassum invasion of the Caribbean, including Saint Lucia, presents a complex challenge with both negative and, according to the Fisheries Department, potentially positive impacts. The foul odors and unsightly beach conditions can deter visitors and negatively affect the aesthetic appeal of the island. Fishers face difficulties navigating and landing their boats due to the dense seaweed mats. However, the Fisheries Department highlights that sargassum acts as a fish aggregating device, reportedly leading to increased catches of certain species like dorado and the jacks for some fishers. The Ministry of Agriculture also has a task force dedicated to tackling the problem. So we asked, do you believe St. Lucia can effectively mitigate the impact of the Caribbean-wide sargassum seaweed invasion? We took to the streets to get your opinion, and here's what you had to say.
Right now it's affecting everybody on the island. Everywhere you pass in St. Lucia, you get in the seaweed. In the morning when you get up and you open your door, you take the smell of it. Now it's not good for your health, it's not good for the fishermen, it's killing the fish in the sea, and that government have to try to do something about it to try to handle that in a way that they could eradicate that. So it's everywhere, but it's not our fault, it's nature, but they have to try to do something about it.
Seaweed là, ici en deux jours, il a gêné ces pêcheurs, il a croisé machine, il n'y a pas de jardin, il n'y a pas de bon, il a croisé ces pêcheurs. Ces pêcheurs, il a meilleur des les affaires. Ah, des pêcheurs qui ont survécu, qui ont pêché tikawang, tidoad, qui ont survécu. Mais les autres là qui sont intéressés à ces poissons, en poisson à ouette là, ils n'ont pas survécu parce qu'ils ont pêché au point de thon, ils ont pêché au point kingfish là, c'est godoad là, pas à point.
What I believe, it is both an advantage to the fishermen and a disadvantage also. It brings life, it brings the amberjacks, it brings the mai, the small doad. But to the extent it is right now, it is right now actually handicapping the operations of the fishermen. With their vessels, the outboard motors can't really pump very well because of the propeller is being stuck into the seaweeds. But I really don't understand why. But I have one theory about this, where that is a disadvantage to the extinction of flying fish. We have not been seeing flying fish for quite a long while.
The seaweed is very dangerous, especially for the tourists when they want to go and bathe in the sea, they can't go. And even the fishermen, they can't go to sea. When they go to sea, they're not getting a good catch. And even by the beach in Beaufort, by Kitch there, everywhere in St. Lucia have the same problem. So if we can try to do something for us, it's very dangerous.
The good thing about this squid, well, I know it does bring a lot of fish in. It does bring in the cowangs, it does get small doads. So the buyers, the fishermen does make a little dollar when the seaweed come in. But what it does mostly affect is mostly the coastlines, the hotels, you know. That's what I know it does really affect. It's a good vibe. In a way, it has both good and bad. You understand?
Although sometimes it comes in two aspects. Because sometimes when people see seaweed, they see a lot of kawang, but sometimes when it's seaweed too thick, you can't enjoy it. Because when you watch the seaweed is like a sea virus. If you go into that and the other front of you block up, you cannot come out.
The seaweed right now is impacting us very drastically because we cannot go to sea as we please, we cannot get any fish. And it's been a few months, I think. Yeah, it's been a few months that we haven't been catching any fish, but yet still lots and lots of seaweed, and especially coming in ports right now, vessels can move as they wish. You know, fishes, we're getting dead fishes, the young dead fishes, rivers being blocked. So nothing much can be done. I think it has to do with climate change and a lot of the things that we use right now in this world. So cutting on our plastics, cutting on the dumping of garbage in the oceans and all of these things, still it will help, you know, cut on the effect.
Sous une porte d'observation, toute l'homme avec machine, si pas ça, machine qui a brûlé, ça a plus gros problème pour vous. Et l'odeur ça allait échouer là. L'odeur ça, en the long run, ça va affecter les gens. C'est un lorvier à côté, une chance qui a tué pression lorvier, ça pas un bon bail. Et vous n'avez pas de bout de ça, hein. Regardez ça, ça fait.
Bon, ça même c'est un gros problème. Bon, pression pour ces pêcheurs pour point yo passe après de là yo joine poisson bois yo joine ouel bois et quoi ouais là dedans yo passe à toi veille yo passe à filer ligne manière yo voulez pour ça pour poisson ça c'est un gros problème bon volant même fait ça disparaît volant disparaît pour la petite bagaille ça là tout bon combine nan même là entre c'est combine nan ça qu'a senti ça qu'a gêné ça qu'a empêché aller dans mais après touristes là même ça qu'a gêné ces touristes là ça même c'est condition comme on calme déjà ça nous pas ça qui mène nous ça fait qu'il y a bout de bail ça calme.
The Swizzle River is doing a lot of havoc because it's even this morning when I woke up I went there I see the seaweed turning black and from black it's killing mostly all the fish in the river and we have to do something about it. I don't know what we'll have to do about it. If we have to collect it or try and clean up the river so that it could float, the water could flow up and down so that the fish could survive.
Now to our new discussion. Agriculture Minister Alfred Prosper recently announced plans to establish a dedicated facility in Vieux Fort for corralling stray cattle, an initiative aimed at improving public safety and agricultural management in Saint Lucia. This move comes as the government addresses the long-standing issues of livestock on public roads, which poses significant risks to motorists and can damage property. While proponents argue such a facility would reduce road accidents, enhance livestock control, and allow for better enforcement of animal welfare laws, concerns have been raised about the substantial cost of construction and maintenance, potential resistance from animal owners, and the logistical challenges of managing a large number of animals. So we ask, is establishing a new facility for stray cattle the most effective and sustainable solution to St. Lucia's long-standing issue of roaming livestock? Remember, our Epoll team is always on the go to get your responses as well. Watch the HTS News Force from 7 p.m. for the results and a new discussion.